everyone, it is Susie, and I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and I'm excited to share this journal. And this video will start the tips for Etsy. I was going to give you some tips on Etsy, and they're just tips according to Susie, okay? You know, there's going to be some that disagree with what I say, but, you know, this is just what works for me and what I have found to work. So, pretty much, that's, you know, don't leave me any comments if you disagree with me. Like I said, I just want you to know this is just Susie's tips, not anything that's, you know, going to give you billions of sales. So, anyway, these are just some fun things that I use that I think work for me. So this journal here, I will give my tip at the end of the video. So there'll be a tip each time I upload a video. And anyway, the base of this journal, the insides and the base, I did not make. Now, I did purchase this. I have some things to share with you, so I'm going to wait to tell you probably until the next video, possibly, or the video after, where I pick these up at. And I just have some things to show you on that. But I wanted to share in this particular journal the digitals that I got from AfterMidnightDesigns. What I have done, because some of the images are big, some of them are small, I have just increased the percentage on the digital on my page. Increased it somewhat. I increased 200%. Some of them I increased, you know, just different, maybe, you know, 125%, or, you know, just different things to get the size that I wanted for one particular digital. Now, it will blow all the other sides, you know, out, and you won't have it, but what I was wanting was to get my center one big. So, anyway, that's kind of what I did to get the sizes of these digitals on here. So, opening it up, this has a twine binding, and it's kind of a different binding, but I like it. I love the grunginess of this. And on the cover, I have just used this cute little girl with some snow there. And this is one of Sharon's little snowflakes. She had brought some over the other day that she had been playing with, and so I just kind of used that. It matched the color of the photo, so that's kind of what I was wanting. I've used some vintage laces, and this one isn't vintage, but this one is. Some cheesecloth, just different things here for the cover. The back is just a digital little, they're kind of like little round tags or something. It says to and from and Christmas greetings, just for you, handmade. But I have increased the size of these as well, I believe. I don't know, I did some decreasing, like I said, and increasing on the percentage of them. So you open it up, and I have got just a little bit of a collage there. And here is just a parchment paper little booklet. This is for New Year's Day. It's got a 1 on it. Now, I did use some photos from Pinterest as well, some of the just little old photos I've added in here. This is Joy, and I just did some collaging. This is just a Pinterest image, I believe. And then here is an altered paper clip. And I've added, this is one of the, now this here is one of the little post cards that I have messed with the sizes. Now, when I downloaded this particular one, I think there's like 4 on a sheet. They actually printed kind of small, and I had to increase this one, I think, over 200%. Now, this isn't one of the biggest ones, but I just kept doing different increases until I got the size I wanted. So that's something to keep in mind if you go over and get those little digitals. Here's another one from the kit that I have, like I said, just reduced the size on. I've just got all different kinds of sizes. I did use some Tim Holtz Magical Christmas right there in the white. I just thought that would be fun in this particular journal. What I was going for is having the grunge base with not grunge images. That's kind of what I was wanting. I just want the image to pop off of the page. So for that reason, everything else is kind of grungy, and I didn't want to do that to the images. So I did this little collage here, used some vintage lace, and then here I have just done an envelope. I did some collaging on the front, and then here is just a booklet. And now these are kind of hefty little booklets. They're not the normal just a couple of pages. I actually made these a little bigger. Here is one of the little labels from the kit. There are circles there. And then here is a little one of those postcards, and I've added a couple of little of those Vanity Fair oh gosh, I can't even think what they are, tags, merchant's tags. And there is that. And that is just ticked on to the side of the page here. So, and then here is another one of the images from the kit, and I've just done some real layering here. Just used some vintage laces, vintage buttons, just some different stuff to layer on it. I purchased these clips off of, I believe, scrapbook.com. They're Prima's rusted clips. And then I just added another little booklet. I've got some little trees there. I did all my stitching in white thread. There's another one of the little postcards there. And another one of the little labels. I just used my round punches to punch those out. And I have just clipped this on with this big clip. I wanted something that would hold that booklet really well. Now this base of this journal is made with all different kinds of weights of paper. This is like a heavier cardstock, and that's kind of why I hooked the booklet to that, because it was a little bit heavier cardstock. And here is a fun collage. These are the envelopes that I bought, or not envelopes, but the bags that I bought a long time ago from Michael's. I don't even know if they still have those. But anyway, I just cut that out so I could use the little cellophane there. And I put her little image inside, and then there is another one of those little round labels from one of the kits there. Here is just a little, I made this just a little journaling card. It has Dear Santa on it, another image from the kit, and then there is a little snowflake with a vintage button, and there is another one of those postcards from the kit. I just love those. And it just sits behind the little paper clip. Now this is a Pinterest image there. So, like I said, this is a mixture of Pinterest images and then images that I've gotten from the kit. So I have double stitched around both of these little, I guess you can see it there. I just was going for something different for a change than what I usually do. And then here are a couple. This is a Pinterest image, and then there is an image from the kit. And this is the tiny little postcard there. I used it as a pocket. And just did some decorative stitching. Here's another one, a little pocket, and there's another little image from the kit. Anyway, there is that. These are just this has just been a fun journal to play with. And there is that big old clip. These do say this is memories. I believe the other one says notes. And then here is another altered paper clip. I just used a little lace and things to make it. Added another one of these little pieces. I believe I got this out of your Creative Studio box, is where I think those come from, if I remember right. And then that just sits under the paper clip. And then here is another envelope. I have altered the front on, used a little doily, cheesecloth, vintage buttons. And then I've just done a little decorative stitching and used those Pinterest images. Now this is from the kit, another little Vanity Fair tags there. Some more little Christmas trees. Just a fun. Now this here is also what I had to do. This book, I had to pull some of the pages out. So that is actually what I used to make these little booklets. And like I said, I will, and this is also from where I got the book. But like I said, I will share all that with you in a video. I have got a couple of journals I am making that I want to share anyway, and I am using this as the base, and I'll give you a lot more info then. Here is another one of the images. I just simply cut the pink from around that and added a little collage there. Just did a little collaging. And then the back I have just made, this is just a cardstock pocket. And this, of course, is one of the images from the kit. I love this. This is my favorite one right there. Use some more of that parchment paper. And there's another one of the little circles from the kit. And there is that. So that is a lot of fun, guys. This has been a really fun journal to share. It was a fun journal to make. And anyway, of course, this will be in the Etsy shop. So, okay, so tip on Etsy. This is, if you're thinking about doing an Etsy shop, and I know a lot of you have left me a comment that you're kind of thinking about doing Etsy. And even if you have Etsy, the number one tip that will help you tremendously is your photos. Photos are so very important. If I go to an Etsy shop and the photos that I'm looking at are dark, I can't see what the colors look like. I mean, they're not real plain. They're kind of dim. You can't tell what they are. You know, if they don't spruce it up, the photos to me are just dull or boring. I'm probably not going to purchase something. I go to Hobby Lobby when their florals are 50% off. And even if you just bought one little strand of flowers or of some kind of floral, whether it be a vine or, greenery or whatever it is, and just use it in your same photo all the time until you can get something different. Well, I think when I first started, I even went to the Dollar Tree because I couldn't get to Hobby Lobby, and I bought a couple of strands of just their flowers just to have something with my photo. That is going to be what sells your item. I mean, it just makes a world of difference. Now I have all kinds of things to use, but but in the beginning I didn't. So just the number one tip I can tell you when you're setting up your Etsy shop and you're getting ready to put you a couple of items in, because I think you have to have at least 2 listings if I remember right. And of course it may have changed, but you've got to have a couple of listings before you can even open your shop, before Etsy will let you open. But just make your photos as pretty as you can, even if you have to do a little adjusting to your photos to brighten your colors a little bit, or something like that. It will help you tremendously. So that's my number one tip, is try to get your photos as pretty as you possibly can, and to be appealing and pleasing when you look at them. I've used music sheets to put under something when I'm doing a photo. I usually always use a doily of some sort underneath, and then my flowers or my florals or greenery. But just make your photos as pleasing as they can be, or as pretty as they can be. Adjust the color in your computer or whatever it is you're on, your phone. Just be sure and edit your photos a little bit to bring out the vibrance in your items. So that's your number one tip, ladies. Can't wait to give you another one. I will catch you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.